Dashers, it is another Sunday, a little late there. Some technical difficulties. You know how it goes. Well, So just a few minutes late, but that is okay. Um, well, 5 minutes late. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, I've been, busy this afternoon. I had, as all of you have known from last week. My sister had a total knee replacement. So I have been, taking care of her, making sure she's on her meds. She gets up and walks, that she doesn't fall, that the dogs don't trip her, making sure she eats and takes her meds and all that fun stuff. Helping her with her PT if she needs it, and so on and so forth, taking her to her doctor's appointments. And today I actually worked for the first time in a long time, doing Uber Eats to gain some money for the cruise that's coming up on the 14th, to which I'm leaving. I have the 15-day transatlantic cruise on Odyssey of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. And I will be leaving out of Cape Liberty in New Jersey. And so I will be flying the day before, and I will then take, um, so I'll be flying in on the 14th. We leave on the 15th, of the morning of the 15th. And then we will head for 7 days cruising. We have one day in the Azores and another day of cruising. Then we end up in Portugal. So I'll be seeing Portugal and then going through the coast of Spain, through Gibraltar, UK, and ending up in Barcelona. I also took 2 extra days in Barcelona to explore it since I've never been there before. Um, and so I will be coming home, I believe, on the 1st of April. So, yeah. Needless to say, it's quite going to be quite an amazing journey. Excuse me. Where I will get to explore the Odyssey of the Seas ship, as most of you know. For my OGs, my mother had passed away on that ship. It is the first time since 2022 that I will be going back on that ship. So it's kind of a bittersweet moment, but at least it's something that is, going to be kind of cool to, you know, it's a beautiful ship. And so I'll be able to take my time and explore and be able to bring you all along and show what's going on for the days of at sea. Because there's so much stuff to do at sea. And so, yeah, I'll be putting out videos for that every day, at least shorts, so you guys know, what's going on or what's happening. Um, yeah, maybe a few days behind, but it'll be interesting to see all the shows, all the restaurants, all the food. Yeah, all the entertainment, the shows, um, and the serenity, reading a book, the stateroom. I do have an ocean view balcony room, so it's going to be a very nice, calm. I don't have a courtyard view, I have the ocean view. So it's 15 days on the ocean in a balcony room, so I'm pretty excited about that. I do have $1,000 gambling. And 100, I think, is $100 cruise credit. So, yeah, but of course that'll go towards, the wonderful gratuities that, you have to automatically pay, which is $18.50 a day. And then yeah, but all the food is so good. So I can't wait for, to have some of that. Yum yum. Um, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like lobster night pretty early because we're not docking for like 7 days. So yeah, we'll see. But the food is always astounding on Royal Caribbean. So I'm kind of looking forward to that trip. So I'll be flying out of Houston and going to Liberty, New Jersey on the 14th, and then staying in New Jersey on the 14th, and then taking a 15th, I will be headed out on the ship. So maybe Nora, hey, maybe we can hook up for dinner on the 14th, because I think I'm getting in pretty early, or maybe we can meet for lunch. That'd be nice. Um, yeah. So that is what's going on. And then is official. I will be studying with Genki Jacks in Nagoya. So I've put in the application, paid the fees. They're, getting the accommodations ready. I will be in a shared house. So that means I will have a private lockable room, but the kitchen, bathroom, washing machine, lounge area, living room area is all common space. So, I mean, there could be 9 people in the house and there can be 150 people in the house. So I don't know what kind of shared housing I will be in Nagoya, but I will be arriving into Tokyo. I'll be spending one night in Tokyo and then taking the Shinkansen the next morning down to Nagoya, which is about an hour and a half on the Shinkansen, especially the new one because it's like 300 miles an hour. So it's only going to take about an hour and a half to get to Nagoya. And then I will be checking in to my shared house. And then the following day is the first day of school. So, yeah, the first day of school, I will take a placement test and make sure that all of my documentation is, available. Since I'm only going for 1 month, I am just using the normal 90-day regular tourist visa. So there's no special student visa for, somebody who's going for a month. But I am looking into the year and a half program in starting in January of 2027. So I wanted to first go and see if this is something that is doable for me. Even in a shared house, I know that I will probably have to get an apartment due to the fact that if I do go for a year and a half, Zeus will come with me. So if that is the case, then I'll have to have a private apartment, which is fine, you know. Um, but that is all, what's available. Um, I'm first going to go see if it's something that I can do. I will continue to take my Japanese lessons with the Japanese American Society of Houston. They have a language course that I'm currently enrolled in. In fact, we had a study session with the rest of the group. And so we are using our textbook is the Japanese for Busy People. And it's a very good textbook, but I'm learning hiragana and I've mastered pretty much that. And now I am self teaching myself katakana. But it's neat to see that, I'm actually learning something because I'm going into the book and actually writing down, like, I'm actually writing the characters down and things. So that's kind of shocking to me. So I will go ahead and go and continue on to the next semester. They're 8-week courses. That means one day a week for 2 hours or 4 hours. No, 2 hours. 2 hours a week. And then we decided that some of the students got together and decided we were going to have a study group. So that has helped out. We had our first meeting today. And so we did that. And yeah, so I am now in the process of learning how to, um, what I need to pack. I mean, I know I can buy shampoos and face and so on and so forth there, but I know on the cruise, for instance, I won't. So I have to pack for a 2-week trip on the cruise. So I'm getting my toiletry kit with my hair shampoo bars and, not the liquids and this and that and, all my medications and this and that. So getting it all into a small little bag. So I have all of my toiletry kits there. Hey, Brenda is in the house. Hey. Hi, Brenda. Yeah. So it has been fun learning what I need to bring for a 2-week trip because if I don't have to bring a lot, that's good. I mean, you know the products you have and the products that work for you here in the States. So when you go to another country, you don't know, is this like or is that like? So it's nice to have some kind of buffer. Like I'm going to bring Dr. Bronner's soap, magic soap, for using it as a shampoo bar along with the magic salve. So keeping my hair, so I'll have that. But Dr. Bronner's also is a body wash and a face wash. I did bring some Dove though for the face because it's just, you know, it can be a little harsh on your face, Dr. Bronner's. So, yeah, I'll bring probably a little bit of Dove for just face wash. They do have those melts that you can just put water, go like this, and foams up, and then, wash your face. I might, get those instead. And once you're in Japan, you can, bring the product to, Don Quixote or, um, Daiso or somewhere like that and find, a comparable part. But to get you started, it's always good to have something that you know. So that is currently what I'm doing. And getting my little makeup and toiletry case into a small little pouch. So let's see, did I bring it here? Of course I didn't. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna bring that on the cruise and see how it goes on the cruise. See if my it's so because it's 15 days, it's a good practice. At least I have something for the first 2 weeks that I know is going to work for my skin and everything else while I'm away. So I'm looking at, lotion bars that melt, in and, to moisturize your skin. I have cooling sticks for underneath the eyes and all that fun stuff. But all of that. So, yeah, it has been a learning experience to say the least. Uh, there is a lot of paperwork that if I want to bring Zeus with me, that I need to start getting that done before I leave for my month in Japan. Because he has to be quarantined for 180 days after his rabies vaccination. I have to make sure that his microchip is ISO compatible because he has to be microchipped and have his rabies shots and all of his checkups and so on and so forth. So before I leave on the cruise, I will definitely bring him to get his vaccinations. Yay. But then I have to start doing the official paperwork so he can spend his 180-day quarantine here at home. So all I have to do then is in January when I decide to move, or if I move to Japan, he will be all good to go. But I'll pretty much know after I come back from the month long if it's something that I really want to do. Because language school is itself not cheap. It's pretty expensive. And then you have to find an apartment, and that can range from, well, I'm looking in the 300 to $500 per month USD per month. That is all I'm willing to spend on a rent for a month in a small room, because or a small apartment, because I don't need anything else. If I can live in 199 square feet in a tiny house for 3 years full time, um, yeah, I'm okay with a small apartment. So I'm not afraid of that. Actually, I think it'd be kind of fun, but it'd be nice, and Zeus would, obviously come with me. So, yeah, but that seems to be, what is going down these days. Got the cruise coming up in 13 days. This day is pretty much over. I have 13 days before I hit the leave for the 15-day transatlantic. And uh you will be fine with, yeah, I have no problems being in a if I can live in this van for 30 days, I mean, that doesn't bother me. In fact, it'd be, like I said, I lived in a tiny house in 199 square feet for 3 years full time, and I was comfortable, no problem. Had a kitchen, a desk, a sleeping area. In fact, I had two sleeping areas. I had one downstairs, one upstairs, and in the loft. And then I had my bathroom, which had a shower and a toilet and a sink. So if I can live in that for 3 years very comfortably, 3 years full time, um, I don't think I'm ever going to have a problem being in a small Japanese apartment. A lot of people are like, oh, it's so small. It's so small. I mean, I'm okay. You don't need a lot, because most of your time is either going to be at school, or you're going to be studying, or you're going to be out and about exploring, which is going to be great because I'm going to be able to get content and videos for you guys to see Japan. Um, and I'll be doing the ship. So things that offered on the ship, like some activities and things like that, or what you can do on Odyssey of the Seas. And a lot of people have never taken a transatlantic. It's 15 days. So some people have taken what's called a back to back. They take a 7-day cruise, and as soon as they get to port, they get right back on and do it again. That's called a back to back. This is straight 7 days of cruising until we get to the Azores. We get another day at cruising and we get to Portugal. And then we get another day of cruising, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, one port after the next port after the next port after the next port, all the way up to Barcelona. I mean, we got to Cartagena, we get to go to Gibraltar. There's so many different Spanish ports that we will be going into. So yeah. You are smiling and your dog's small too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the reason why I got Zeus anyways, because of van life. And he is a good pup. He's becoming very independent, but he knows the rules. So he's actually doing very well with training. He still could use a little help on the socialization, but for the most part, he's not that bad. He's a good watchdog too. uh, what happens? Oh my gosh. Tim, how the heck are you, my friend? Tim is still in What happens? What happened? What do you mean what happened? I'm going to freaking Japan for a month to learn Japanese. I'm going to Japanese language school in Nagoya for 30 days. So, yeah, I'm leaving the 8th, I think. Yeah, the 8th of May and coming back the 8th of June. So, yeah. What the hell? I'll be in Tokyo for a day, and then I'll be going to Nagoya. And then I will stay in Nagoya until the 6th, to which I'll go back up to Tokyo. So the 6th, 7th, and then I leave the 8th. So everybody saying hi. I know. I'm going to Japanese language school. Well, this is kind of like a trial run because I will be staying at a shared house. So, because I mean, for a 30-day student, it's more better to stay at a shared house than renting an apartment. It was stupid. They wanted like $1,000 um for the 1 month, and then they wanted $500 for like guarantee key money. So it was kind of like a deposit that you don't get back. So $1,500. And I'm like, no, no, thank you. So I ended up spending, I think it was like $600 for a shared house. And that was for 30 days. So I get a lockable private room with a bed and a desk and linens. And then they have the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, the laundry are all shared, but it's included. So I don't, there's pots, pans, dishes, things that I don't have to buy because I'm only there for a month. What else do I need? I don't need a lot. So what? Bring some, antiseptic wipes for the toilet. You're good. I mean, not that hard, guys. So, yeah, I'm in a shared house, and it's great because there'll be a lot of Japanese people, a lot of English people also taking language school, or whatever, or business people because it is a shared house. So, it's male and female. It doesn't bother me now. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it actually. When you done, I was actually thinking about that, but I only have I already made my reservation, so I only have, like, 2 days. Like, I'm done on the 5th, so I'd have to fly the 6th, but I gotta be back in Tokyo on the 8th. So, yeah. I should have thought through it better and said, "Well, maybe if I go for, a week in Vietnam and then come back on the week after," I don't know, but it's not like I won't be back in Japan. More than likely, I probably will take the year or 18-month course if everything goes well. So, yeah, the first day is placement tests and all that fun stuff. So I'll get to see where I'm placed, how much I've learned so far, and then get put into a class that is appropriate. So, yeah, and then I'll have 20 hours a week for 4 weeks, and then I go back. So this is just a short time to see if I could actually do the homework, keep up with that. Do I have the time to do a part-time job while I'm there in Tokyo, as well as keeping up with the classes? These are things that I want to test out. So, um, oh, we'll take you to the. I know. Oh, Lord knows. I need a color. I need a cut. Oh my God, so bad. Charles wants to return to Vietnam. Yeah. I know, and I was thinking, like I said, maybe even if it's just for, like, a night or 2 and then come back to Tokyo and then leave. I've gotta leave I think my flight leaves at, like, 10 something, um, but I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe I mean, I'll be there, but I don't know I mean, I don't know if you're gonna be there at that time. Don't know. Well, that's what YouTube University is. And it's not like you don't know anybody because Tim will be there. Really? She took care of it, huh? Wow, dude. Yeah, Tim sent me a picture. Oh my gosh. I was like, "Okay. Nice pic. Love the color." Ah, so yeah. I wanna go purple, like deep purple. I wanna get my deep purple back, and then I have gray, so it's gonna be perfect. Color's gonna take a lot. That'd be kinda cool. You don't know anything. Yeah, right. Sure, sure. I love the videos you've been posting, like, going through the towns and seeing, exploring stuff, and the cave was awesome. I watched that whole thing, that was so interesting with the pagoda and the elevator going up. That was a awesome video. Watch that whole thing. I'm like, "Gosh, could you" such small I mean, I'm looking forward to going to I think it's La Familia Basilica in, Barcelona, because you can go up in the turrets and they're so, like, narrow and steep, so I'm kinda, like, excited to try and go, to see that. I'll take the elevator up and walk down. That's kind of a good thing. Expert on traveling on a dime. I love it. I mean, my, airline ticket to Japan was nothing, and my tickets to New Jersey and from Barcelona back to Houston were nothing. They're all on credit card points. So, yippee for me. And I still have about 200,000 points left. So, yeah, I could definitely, like, do a side trip, but I already bought the ticket for to come back for this trip, so, I might have to like I said, I'll be in if if everything works out, I'll start January 2027 and stay through for a year to a year and a half. I haven't decided whether it's gonna be a year or 18 months. They have, the school I'm going to is Genki Jacks in Nagoya, and they are the only one that will accept mature adults, meaning I'm 59, I'll be 60 next year, and, um, yeah, it'll be, and they accept they're like, "Oh, we accept," because I asked the first thing I asked was, "Do you accept mature students?" I'm 59 and, da, 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 and she said, "Oh, we had students 15 years your senior," and I'm like, "Awesome." Most language schools in Japan limit the age to, no more than 40, so 40 years or younger. So, when Ginky Jacks told me that they do seniors, adults, for language school, I was like, "Oh, perfect." And I didn't wanna go to Tokyo because Tokyo is more expensive. I'd rather go to Nagoya, and it's still a city, but it's the 3rd largest city, outside of Tokyo's 1st, Osaka's 2nd, and, Nagoya's 3rd, and Kyoto. So, Osaka I mean, Nagoya used to be, the capital until they moved it to Tokyo. So, it is a large city. Toyota Motors is based there. And so, yeah, it's kind of interesting. They've got rail museums, amusement parks. They have Ghibli Park. Um, there's just a lot of things to do. It's a city, but it's not overcrowded and crazy like Tokyo is. So I'm okay with that. Purple will look I know, I love purple, I used to do it, and it used to be just this part, but now I can do the whole head because I'm not in corporate anymore. Corporate always wanted the corporate look, so I would always do these in red, so it'd be kinda like looks like highlights, right? But I love the purple. I love my dark, deep purple. It was a transitioning from bleaching from dark to black, but, hazy black brown. Yeah, I don't wanna bleach my hair. I mean, I got black, but I have definitely enough white to consider it as a highlight. So, that's what I will be doing. I have an old Japanese car I'm going to rebuild. Oh, nice. Yeah, Nagoya has Toyota Motors, so all of their they have, the Toyota, factory and headquarters is based in Nagoya. So they have museums and everything else, anything from what they built way back when to futuristic what they want to build. So, and it also has the JR Museum, which has all of the different trains leading up to the N300S, which goes 300 miles per hour, 300 plus miles per hour. I can go from Tokyo to Nagoya in an hour and a half. So for $76 reserved. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll take it. So, yeah. So that is what is going on. Um, yeah, it's just going to be a short video or a short live today. Um, that's pretty much all I got. I'm getting, things bought for my toiletry kit. Um, I don't know what happened to my video on my credit card point for Zip Air. I tested it, everything, recorded it, the whole 9 yards, came back, and it was black. I even did a test video, and it was fine. So I don't know what. I was so mad. And like I said, I've been taking care of my sister full time. She's here with me in my house right now, and I'm making sure that the dogs don't jump on her, that she does her PT, she has her leg raised, she does the ice therapy. She had a total knee replacement, which means they cut the femur and the tibia, basically took out the whole entire knee, put a plastic and metal one in, and then attached it to each side of the bone. So now all the muscles that were around it have to now get used to the new parts. And so it's really hurting her. So she's going to PT, and I have to take her to PT and do all that fun stuff. So been busy, being a caretaker, which is fine. She's my sis, she's my ride or die, would never, it's not a burden, nothing, love her to death. So it's part of what's going on as far as trying to get things edited. Also, I have to work so I can have some extra money on the cruise, and then when I come back, I gotta work some more so I can have extra money on Japan for a month. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on. 1976 Z car, pre-Nissan. Oh, Nissan Z car. It's kind of like a little sports car there going for you. Pre-Nissan. The Nissan Z is a good drift car. That's what my, some of my son's friends have. Uh-oh, Tim Lean. Oh, have a good night, y'all. Thanks. Good night. Sleep well, Tim. Love you, man. I'll talk to you. Uh, nah, she's my best friend. It's not, not even she do the same if when I had cancer, she was there. And especially, when I got my perforated bowel and had to spend 30 days in the hospital during Christmas and New Year's. I mean, she made sure that I had a Christmas. She still made sure I celebrated New Year's. Um, she's my best friend. It's not even, a consideration of it's never a burden, and you know, she did it for me. Why wouldn't I do it for her? She needs my help, absolutely. So that's what's happening. Oh, it's a Datsun. I remember those. I had a Dodge 024. That was my first ever car. Oh, loved that car. I love that car. Yeah, Dodge 024 hatchback. Mm, Datsun. Anyways, so that's what's going on. Getting ready for the cruise, for the 15-day transatlantic. And then I come home for about a month. And then I'm off for a month in Japan. I come back in June. July, I will probably be on a 7-day cruise with Larissa if she does her homework and keeps her grades up for the year. Then she and I will be going alone on a cruise. And then end of September, I'll be going to the beet harvest for a month. So that are the travel plans for the year. I think that's a lot. um, I will be here for Christmas because my sister does go out to her husband's family out in California for Christmas. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So it all depends if I'm in Japan, I'll be in Japan in January 2027, or I'll be in Q. One of the two. I'm telling you. Sister love is the ultimate. It is. Like I said, she is my best friend. I could not think of my life without her. She is my ride or die, my stead, my rock that holds me, together. So it's never burden or an issue. Um, yeah, it's a bond that can't be broken, y'all. I'm okay with that. So that is it. Next week, I think I'm going to try and get that video fixed. To it again because there are some nuances that I didn't do. So, like I didn't reserve my seat or any of that fun stuff. So I'm going to have to refilm it again because, yeah, and that was funny because I did a test and it started playing just fine, and then black. Like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. So hopefully I will get that up. Like, I hope to record it tonight, and try to get it edited and up for tomorrow. Don't count on it. Don't count. Don't don't hold me to that. That's it. Hopefully, if the dogs work with me, I can get it done. So that's it. I love y'all. It's going to be a short one today. Stay safe out there. It's crazy out there with everything that's going on with Iran and the UAE and Abu Dhabi. Pray for peace. I really hope it comes. Well, bon voyage. See you next time. Yeah, I'll be, doing the lives on the cruise. So we leave on the 15th. So that night I'll be, uh, well, maybe not because that's 7 o'clock, which is really 6 o'clock. I'm an hour behind. Dinner's at 5 to 6. Yeah, I might. I'll still be able to do it. For the live on the 15th because that is the day that we depart. So keeping on schedule for the 15th. So we will see. Other than that, thanks guys for joining me. That's it. That's all I got. Crazy times. I will bring you along with how to bring a dog into Japan, as I have to go through the microchip, the rabies shots, the paperwork, the application, everything for immigrations. So he could do the 180 quarantine days here in the United States and then when we get to Japan, they'll let him go through. So I have to make sure that all the paperwork gets done in June for January school year. All right. Love you guys. Please be safe out there. And you guys know my saying, stop dreaming it and start living it. Be safe out there, guys. Have a great one. Bye.